neurodiversity, ultimately, it's just the way everyone's brains are different. You can be neurodivergent or you can be neurotypical. I'm autistic. It means that I'm not basically the same as others. I think very, very differently. I'll interact with people a little bit differently. I may not kind of understand people like straight away. The world to me is quite a loud and sort of, I guess, confusing place. There's lots of obstacles I do need to kind of navigate. The biggest thing for me is the sort of unwritten rules that everyone seems to know of and I don't. People might expect me to understand something, but if it's not written explicitly, it has to be done this way, I will not understand that and I might interpret it differently. But other people somehow interpret it in the correct way, and I just don't get how they do that, really. Can get sort of overwhelmed with like lots of noises, lots of lights, lots of people as well. Having this sort of hybrid work really, really works well for me, because I'm able to have that opportunity to still, you know, speak to people. It's not like I'm a complete recluse, but it also means that I can have days at home in complete silence and be able to just get on with things, and it's good to sort of have that reset. I'm quite efficient and like to kind of really sort of like go for things and sort of get it right. And that's the thing, with a lot of my strengths, they are sort of a double-edged sword. So it's like, yeah, I'm efficient, want to get things done right, properly. I think of new ideas and want to get that done properly. But when there's a blocker, it really, really frustrates me and sort of gets me quite stressed out. Another sort of like classic characteristic in autism is a strong sense of justice. I have a very strong sense of justice, so if I see something that just doesn't seem right to me, I will sort of like fight for that and kind of like, you know, try and make it right. But that can also sometimes cause friction because people see things as not necessarily black and white, they see things as grey, and it's sometimes difficult to kind of navigate that. So that's what I'm saying. It's like it can be helpful because I want to kind of help people get, you know, to what's right, but sometimes it's not so good either. It's all of these things is always a double-edged sword. Yeah. It was quite funny actually because like the other day I was working on my own like personal spreadsheet. I was putting all of the flights I've ever taken and loads of details about that into a spreadsheet, and my girlfriend like came into the room and noticed that, and she looked at my laptop screen and she said, whatever you're doing is basically looks the same as your work. Like I can never tell whether you're working or doing your own thing. So yeah, there's that. Friendships and relationships is something that I've sort of struggled a lot with over time. For a large part of my life, I thought there was just something wrong with me because I struggled with actually friendships and relationships, actually finding people that I can click with, I guess. When I met my girlfriend, she was autistic herself, and I noticed a lot of her traits were basically the same as mine. And I thought, maybe I'm also autistic. And so, you know, I went through the process and got my diagnosis, and it sort of, now everything made sense to me. Throughout my life, I'd also experienced depression because of the fact that I struggled with friendships, relationships, not being able to find people that are essentially like me, that can sort of get me. And I thought, you know, it's just something wrong with me. But now I know it is because I'm autistic, and that's how it's helpful just in itself, just knowing that there's a reason for it. And yeah, my girlfriend's autistic. My closest friend is also autistic, and it makes sense now. It's not always easy to tell if someone is neurodivergent. You shouldn't have to rely on the fact that, say, someone has told you that they're neurodivergent. You should always assume that they might be, and therefore, whatever you're doing, whether it's how you communicate with them or even just more broadly in terms of, say, policies, then you account for that. You account for that people can interpret things in different ways.